Holy shit!
It's a cornucopia, Dom.
I tell you, I don't know what's the world coming to, but there's just going to be ruled by toys. Who can make them bigger, transformable, and talk to kids. Fuck it. Our toys can teach our kids now.
Dude, what if that Optimus says, like, stay in school, don't do drugs, wear a mask, some shit like that.
Try to be cool. I tell you, man, I liked it. I liked what I saw. But I didn't go in. So, Brian, you're more committed than I am.
Dude, well, there should be no question.
I know.
Everyone should just drop everything. And fucking seriously, you can eat ramen for a week, and you can feed yourself for like $5. Just do that for a whole month, and you're fucking good. Maybe 2, depending on who you are.
Yeah, but you'll die of fucking scurvy before you get your toy.
Alright, fine. Buy a bag of oranges a week, too, and it'll be perfectly fine.
But that blows your budget out of the water.
Alright. I mean, come on. Alright. Get the, just cook your ramen in orange juice. And then you're good.
That sounds delicious.
Dude, it might be. You never know. You gotta cook it low. Don't bring it to a boil because it'll probably burn. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you adding the seasoning packet, or are you just letting the delicious citrus flavors overflow your palate?
It's very high in sodium, so I would say, put half the seasoning packet in.
With the orange juice.
With the orange juice. That's right. And
beef.
That sounds like some devil's asshole brew.
I'll tell you right now, that's fully committed there, Brian. I don't know
Someone should really try it. Someone should try it. You know, I have ramen and orange juice.
Well,
I think you just volunteered.
I think you just volunteered yourself.
Brian's gonna be like, eating
that fucking
Dave 352.
You're all laughing at me now, but when my Optimus is laughing at you, then we'll see who's fucking laughing.
Do you think they'll let you bring your Optimus to ICU?
Oh, like the place where they stick you with tubes and things?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, man. He'll be my what do they call it? Power of attorney. He's my power of attorney.
Or your support animal.
Yeah.
And what brings you in? And what brings you in tonight? Oh, I ate ramen and cooked it in orange juice.
Right. And,
but I only used half the packet.
He'll say greetings, and they'll like, sir, do you want us to go through what extreme measures to save you? Greetings. And he'll just say like, light our darkest hour or some shit like that. You got the touch.
Optimus, greetings. Optimus, greetings.
This is my life support.
This is my support animal.
Hook me up to Optimus. I'll be fine.
All right. Here, hold on. Let's get this out of the way, and then we can get moving.
Ouch.
Welcome, everybody. For the 8 people that are watching, welcome to Tuesday, your Tuesday Night Delight. I am not Jose, and I'm not Dave, and I'm not Gary. They are all on assignment, as they say. And best wishes to all of you. You're all doing good things, and I hope you're well, and I hope that we get to see you soon. And tonight joining us, we have Dom. Say hi.
Hello, Brian. Hello.
And what's up, JD?
Hi, Internet Land.
Right. And on this show, we do the guests last because that's just the way it should be done. What's up, Matt?
Greetings and salutations.
Mr. Matt.
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for being
here.
on.
I'm trying to get the Gary vibes, but I couldn't find an empty house to break into and podcast from.
Oh, yeah. Make sure the lights
You're
are
not-
off, too.
You're
Right.
not dad enough.
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
If you have Pink Panther music behind you, that works, too.
I mean,
Mm.
it would
I-
it would help.
I'm still waiting on my New Balance special orders.
New Balance. Gary doesn't do the New Balance, does he? I bet he's a Nike guy. I bet he swooshes.
I bet he gets the custom Nikes. You know, like goes to the Nike like place and they're like, "Okay, Gary, put your feet in this thing," and he like puts his feet and how he stands, his stride, and like I bet Gary's kicks are probably like $700.
You know what, Matt? I don't know about the price, but he does get custom shoes. Like he gets them.
My mama
See?
said they were magical shoes.
They could take Gary anywhere.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, Gary's not even here. He's like, "Why's my back hurt so much?"
So I forget. Wait, were we here last week? Because
Yes.
yeah, we were.
Yes, we were.
All right, and what do? We do like
Dust as a guest.
talk about the weekend. We talk about things. Right. That's how we do it.
Yeah, you know,
So-
things.
Dom, why don't you start us off? Tell us what's going on. What you get?
Nothing much,
or,
you know, just-
what you hunt for.
I was, been on the. I guess I'm hearing a lot about this 4-pack of Turtles in Disguise coming out from NECA, and probably not going to be able to get it. I heard it's damn near impossible to get, and I'm hoping, since NECA has announced that they're doing everybody's doing like these Friday, sales, in stock sales. Everybody's just jumping on Friday. What happened to Thursday and Wednesday? Share the love.
Friday's
I guess-
payday. That's why.
Is that why?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, more than likely.
Well, they're also, I guess, last Friday, they put up the Rat King and Virgil 2-pack, which was hard to find in stores for
Vernon.
pre-order with a Vernon. No, sorry, what did I say?
Virgil.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But they put those up for pre-order window, which was great because I couldn't find it, and I pre-ordered that. And surprisingly, they put up a Pizza Monster. Which was really cool. So I went ahead and pre-ordered that. But they did mention in their email that they were going to have another Friday type, this Friday, some figures being available for pre-order. So I'm hoping it's the 4-pack Turtles in Disguise, so I don't have to run around and hunt one up, which is going to be near damn impossible because they're probably going to only send 2 to each store. And you got 50 people chasing after it. And doesn't really work.
Dom hunts him up. He don't hunt him down. He hunts
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
up.
well,
So, Dom, like, you really want the Turtles in Disguise?
I do. I really do want the 4-pack. I already have the 4 Turtles, but the Disguise look and some of the accessories that it comes with is appealing.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
once you start collecting them, you have to have them all, Brian. Come on, you can't stop.
I know.
Every different color, every different size. If the box is different, I fucking pick it up.
I know. I deal with that too. Dom. Did you make any trips to Long Island?
No, I did not this weekend. This
Oh.
weekend was a non-Long Island weekend, which was nice.
Long Island.
All right.
Like staying in Jersey and just relaxing. It was a rainy weekend, I think.
Mhm.
Sunday kind of rained out all here. Saturday was kind of overcast. But there's your weather. We covered that. So our 8 people, it's history too. It's like, what the fuck gives a fuck? It's not
Now the
forecast
weather with Dom. It's raining, goddammit.
But,
JD.
but other than
How's
that, I enjoyed. I really
Dom's not done.
enjoyed. I really enjoyed the fan hangout that we did I don't know who threw that together, but everybody who jumped on it was nice and fun, and making fun of all the people in Hasbro that was presenting figures, and hearing Eric saying oh, please quiet down, I need to listen to this part. But
Oh, you guys got together for that?
Yes, I think I thought you were on there, weren't you?
You got to be on an elite list, I suspect.
I know you were on there, Brian. I thought I saw you on there. Yeah, dude, you were there.
I wasn't.
Dude, you were there.
I don't remember.
You probably drink those memories away since it was only like 4 days ago. But
he spreadsheeted them away.
Yeah,
They're lost in a spreadsheet somewhere.
Bread and cheeks.
I was on there.
You were on there, Brian. I know. I saw your face.
I was working though.
I know. Everybody was working. What the fuck? It was all day. Everyone was working.
I don't remember this. You might have me confused for someone else. But
I can't misrepresent that sexy face of yours.
I don't fucking remember.
He was there, dude. Come on, guys. Jason, chime in. Everybody was there. Brian was there, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
Fucking went to a party. Doesn't even know he was at the party.
Yeah.
That dude, I don't remember if I'm at any parties unless Jose posts pictures the day after from the dirt.
But that's my weekend. That's my spiel.
JD, what's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I have a fuck ton of drawing to do, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm very excited to. I really want to ride my bike.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you said it in the chat, but like, is it a mongoose or is it what is it?
It's a GT Interceptor.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's grand.
Going with that old school shit.
Yeah, from like the late. I think it was like 88 or 89. I've had this bike. And yeah, but I must have like hit it with a car or something because I bent the back rim. So I just got new rims for it, and now I have to find I have to find the freewheel tool and a new freewheel for it so that I can actually hook the chain up and then I can ride it.
Now, these do you have Are they mag wheels, JD?
No, they're just like black, whatever, like the spokes. Yeah, like they're BMX wheels and tires. So.
Yeah, I just remember a lot of cats had the mag wheels, like the really cool cat.
Black wheel.
Yeah,
the white one. There's the mag.
Mine's black. Oh, you're just looking up the wheels.
I'm just
Mine's black and chrome.
Is your handles forward, JD, like all the cool kids?
I mean, they're like that.
Okay, not really like all the way forward.
It sits where they need to sit. I think I took a picture of it last night.
A photo?
Yeah. This one's black, and that's not chrome.
It's a fucking
anywhere on the way down, and you're like, let's see how far up the hill I can get with my own momentum.
But yeah, like it sent me down like this little rabbit hole. So I was like looking for parts on the internet and stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, look at that Haro. That's really nice. Oh wow, they want $5,000 for it because it's from like 1990.
Bikes have been coming scarce this season again, like last year.
Yeah.
At Walmarts and Targets, buddy. Like people have been buying them up.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. They're like places don't have anything. I mean, we went to an actual bike store, like a bicycle store, Monday, because I had to take my vehicle in the night before, and then we had to pick it up. And there's a bike shop right there by the dealership, and yeah, just went in there. I was like, I I need rims and tires and tubes for an old GT Interceptor. And then the guy was kind of a dick.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, kind of. The first guy was cool. He wanted to make sure we got the right stuff, and then he brought over this other guy, and the other guy was asking all the right questions, but he was like, he just kept pulling stuff and handing it to me, and kept handing it to me. Okay, well, you're gonna need this, and then you're gonna need these. He just kept handing me stuff. So I'm standing there like holding rims, tires, boxes of tubes, the rim seals, and I'm like, okay, I'll hold all this. Thanks a lot, buddy. But it's cool. I'm happy with the way it's turning out.
That's awesome.
And now I'm like, I want to get new pedals. I'm gonna put pegs on it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna change the flywheel. But little at a time.
Yeah, there you go. And it's somewhat healthy, as long as you don't eat shit and break your hand.
Yeah.
You're out there getting some exercise. I don't want to see video of you doing like pool drops or anything. But
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it.
We're supposed to be responsible at this age, JD.
Fuck that shit.
Okay. All right.
I've only broken one bone in my life, and that was an ankle.
Yeah, I said that right before.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
if you do pool drops, Shady, just make sure there's water in the pool.
No way. Nope. It's got to be empty.
Well, I said that too, JD, right before I broke my back.
Oh. Well.
Just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Yeah, I know you will. I just have to say it.
Listen. We're good.
It's solid. It's solid.
Yep, it's solid.
I was just looking at these old bikes here online, and I was just kind of wondering, like, I always what happened to our childhood bikes? I mean, do people just throw them in, like, the fucking landfills? I mean, these things are perfectly good forever. I mean, there's not much changing.
I still have mine.
Yeah.
That's where mine's at.
Yeah, my old bikes got, like, dumpstered, but now there's a big thing where you can, like, call a local number around where I live, and they'll, like, you leave the bike out by your front stoop, and they'll just take it and they'll refurbish it, and they give it to kids that, like, don't have a ton of money or might not have a bike or whatever like that. So that's an option now too.
That's cool.
Yeah. I always kind of wondered too. It's like it's always like a trope on like sitcoms and stuff, like back in the day where the kids getting a bike for Christmas and you got to put it together the night before, like, so it's together when Santa comes, and people never figure out how to put it together and shit like that. It's kind of funny.
Oh, dude, I can imagine those late parents. No, we have unassembled bikes in the back. Do you want one? Fine, sure, but do it tonight.
Yeah. Oh man, Matt, what are you up to, man?
Nothing special. Just crazy busy at work, man. Like, I'm in the green industry, and it's like we get some nice weather, and these motherfuckers come out their house, and they want us there like yesterday. So it's just been busy with work. I took my girl to the range for the first time Saturday, so we did a little bit of shooting.
Bang bang.
As far as toys go, the big one that I haven't really mentioned anywhere, but I thought I'd bring it up. One of the Realm guys who wants to remain nameless, so I'm not gonna say his name, knew how pissed I was about the Firefly shit. And he's like, "Hey, dude, I can hook you up with a Firefly," and like hooked it up with like the Fambro price and everything. So I just want to say thank you. You know who you are. Yeah, so I got my Zartan in. He's pretty cool. I got the Black Series, fucking Elite Troopers there, the Bad Batch. I'm not super impressed, but anyway.
Yeah.
It,
Mine
Hunter's
haven't-
face. Hunter's face looks bad, dude. Like
Yeah.
I know he's got that weird like birthmark or tattoo, or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, and it just looks bad. It looks like somebody fucking took a giant shit on his face. My man's gonna be helmeted at all times.
I am I've been really debating this. I mean, I thought the Bad Batch was kind of cool, but it's like I don't think I really care. You know? I don't know. I'm really kind of I'm getting the figures because the series might be good, right?
You gotta save your shekels for when the next fucking Optimus Prime comes out.
Yeah.
You have most motherfuckers have like a bank account. Brian's over here with his Prime account. Literally money for Optimus Prime figures. You out your damn mind.
He converts money.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. The Bad Batch again, they're cool, but you know, dude, they're clones. They're all supposed to be the same. You know, and these guys are just like, no, we're special. We're the test tube rejects that they decided not to flush down the toilet. You know what? Fuck you guys. You know,
I want to talk to Brian.
They're failed experiments, and they shouldn't exist.
Listen, this is not the Brian I want to talk to. I want to talk to Brian before converting Optimus Prime. You loved Star Wars, Brian. You thought everything was great coming out. Now this Optimus comes out and everything sucks. That's
Dude,
it.
Hey, look, I live in the moment. What can I say? Like I said, I got the stuff on order. Maybe the series will be good. I'm really more interested.
How's it not going to be good, Brian? You just obviously don't like America.
Shut up, Mister. Oh my God, Luke Skywalker showed up on my screen. The fucking world's terrible place.
Yes, that's right. I never claimed to be positive, Brian. That's the difference between you and me.
Oh, you and me, we're the same. We're the same, don't you see? Come on. Man. But no, I am more interested in when this series take place as opposed to who's in it.
Yes.
It's in the deconstruction or whatever the hell's going on.
I hope it bridges the gap. I was really disappointed when I saw the fucking kid. Like, Star Wars can't just have, like, adults. Like, it's got to be a kid.
Who,
or
Ezra?
fucking... No, there's, like, some kid in the...
Oh, fuck. You see, this is why I don't watch trailers. So, now you just ruined it. Now, fuck it. I'm canceling my pre-orders. Fuck this.
Okay.
What kids?
Wow.
Are they clones, too? Like, little
there's this
clone
little...
fetuses? Like,
there's this little blonde boy or girl, I don't know, and there's a kid with him.
Alright, well, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, they're $23? It's not like a $700 Optimus that doesn't fucking turn into a truck. It's like half a truck, truck with fucking legs.
Okay, I get it.
It's not high dollars. That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Okay.
But do you, boo boo?
All right. Well,
please.
Anyway.
Please.
Right.
My week was good. I'm getting through my my storage room of stuff. Like, it's a fun little process. So basically, you have a box full of accessories that you have no idea what they belong to. You have another box with accessories don't belong. It's like, oh, I can consolidate this into one box. All right, you just dump everything together.
Oh no!
And it's like, yep.
Crazy.
And then you're
crazy, right?
You got figures that you've posed and played with, and then put them away, and you forgot you had. Like, all right, I'm putting all those together, and it's like I'm consolidating. I'm making room, and then you start putting away the stuff that you never opened, and then, it just keeps on going and going, and then, so it's like, it's like I'm just trying to consolidate and do just repetitive stuff, because I think the more I touch it and the more I look at it, the more I remember what I have. And then it's like, it gets to that point, it's like you find this figure and like, wait a minute, I think that part that I found 3 days ago goes to this. And then you end up putting that, you just put it in the vicinity of where that box of stuff is. And like, all right, I'm not gonna look
Right.
for it now because I'm in the zone. I'm just gonna keep sorting. And eventually, I think I'm gonna find everything, and just look at the stuff that I've got and be like, why? What is wrong with me?
Are you trying to get the accessories to the figures that they're supposed to get to, or?
You know, I would like to. So, you know, when I put this stuff on a table, I can be like, I don't know, what am I gonna do? Just, all right, everybody, I'm gonna put this stuff on extreme discount. You do the work. Here's where the figure is. Here's a bin of shit. And
Yeah, but you know
go dig
people are
for
just
it.
gonna go literally go into your bin of shit and pull a handful of
No.
I got some axes, I got some laser
Nope.
guns. Like
I have
joint-
to certify it before it leaves.
Oh.
Before it leaves the table.
This seems like it's more of a process than it's worth.
This accessory does not have an owner.
My table is going to be all about the experience, not about the.
Oh,
Look, there it
whoa.
is. Yeah. You know,
I tell
you
you
want to
what,
live a day in my shoes. Get the brink.
Like if you find a figure and you find all the accessories, you can buy you get like a discount, and you can buy the figure with a discount. That's what you should.
That's
do.
right.
That's an experience
right.
right in half.
Or you could just pay somebody like, hey, look, I'll give you 5 figures with their accessories if you just accessorize the remaining figures that you don't want.
I mean,
Oh,
could be a way to do it.
That'd be fun. That and I got my first dose today, so I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah.
So,
Get that arm moving, squeeze them juices around. Do some little one-arm windmills. I'm serious.
So there's that. Yeah. And so I'm on that road now, and we'll see if I don't know, like if I get any kind of tiredness or whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I got mine Friday, Brian, and I'll tell you, Sunday I felt like I got hit by a bus.
Really? Now, which one?
Yeah, I was just the Moderna,
Oh, that's what I got.
and
So-
it was like a couple days late. It was like Sunday, so I got it Friday. You know, my arm was sore, but like don't be a bitch.
Right. Yeah, you had a sore arm, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
not,
like whatever.
That's not a symptom. That's not.
Right?
That's
No,
not a side effect.
but Sunday, like I was like exhausted. My joints hurt more than they normally do from being an old fuck.
God. Thursday's gonna
yeah.
suck.
Yeah, I mean, but I've on the same token, I've seen people that no side effects, and then I've seen people who are sick for a week. So it's like anything in life. You roll the dice, Brian. Just roll them dice.
Chat Wingham says the shot makes your balls shrink. Chat
Yeah.
Wingham, you got issues.
Yeah, Chad,
And chat, when you
my
get to be
fucking
my
balls
age,
are
which
big
you're
enough, them motherfuckers ride shotgun.
That's
Thanks.
right. Yeah, and Wingy, I know you're older than me, so I mean, you go try and ride a fucking bike and try to walk afterwards if you don't have the proper support. JD, that's just a heads up for you, man. Put a jock strap
Yeah.
on before you go.
I'm good.
Sit on that
I'll
bike.
be all right.
All right.
That seat's not meant for sitting.
No, you stand when you ride a BMX.
Man, that's right.
That's like a counterbalance.
Sitting
for looks
down,
only.
riding a bike.
I could use a little tightness in my scrotum, to be honest. So hopefully that is a side effect.
Well, if you wear boxers, Brian, that's a bad move.
No way.
I'm
that?
telling you guys, like the older you get, your fucking balls are you're gonna be tucking them shits into your socks as you put on your fucking flip flops to go to the fucking canasta table.
I'm dragging that shit behind me.
Okay. I was thinking more of an over the shoulder kind of thing for you,
Uh-huh.
JD.
I mean, I can
Like
see
just
that.
bloop, just over the shoulder, bloop, like a little backpack.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
Okay.
and shout out to Eric. Eric was here this weekend. I
Oh,
forgot to say
nice.
that.
Wolfenstein?
Mr. Wolfie was here. Yeah, we hung out and tattooed and
Nice.
ate some food, and yeah, it was a good old jolly time. And then he passed out on the couch while we are just putzing around with toys.
Mm. He's got the full belly, and then he just had the dogs on him, licking him.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And I had just finished tattooing him like an hour prior, so
Oh yeah.
and we pretty much tattooed all day.
Oof.
Wow, one of those long
I mean,
sessions.
it was I don't know, not all day, but
That must be a really big scrotum to have to do that all day.
whew, I tell you,
Balls right shotgun.
that's right. Sorry.
Oh.
See, this is why people don't have me on their shows.
All right. So, Matt, we talk about toys
Yes,
on
sir.
this show. Just wanted to give you a heads up. So,
Whoa, neat.
I know you're on other shows where that type of talk's not allowed.
Oh,
Yeah, it's strictly enforced.
So
wow.
So here we do talk about, and thanks to, unbeknownst to him, Eric Z in the Realm Facebook group posted a question yesterday that I was like, hey, let's talk about this. And his question is, of the current toy lines you collect, if one or more announced that they were ending, would you be good with that? And which ones would they be?
I'll go first.
Chat, feel free to participate.
Star Wars. I'll be all right if that ends.
Oh my goodness, dude! So you're on the hate
Wow.
train too?
I can just make it.
Oh, okay.
Now,
You
what
know?
about between G.I. Joe or Star Wars, JD?
Yeah, and the Star Wars.
Yeah, and
Yep.
just kill the wars, huh?
I mean, if they're not making any toys for it, sure. I mean, how many Anakin Skywalkers and Luke Skywalkers and Ben Kenobis can they make? You know what I mean?
And that's,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, I can agree with Mandalore, with Caleb, all of them.
All
But-
of them. Yeah, and we've been doing
but
this a long
no-
time. It's time to move on, right?
No, like in all seriousness, you know, there's new stuff that's coming out. Like right now, I'm obsessed with Dorohedoro. It's this an anime series. It is completely ridiculous. It's like for my imagination, it's like the perfect anime. And I'm completely obsessed with it, and they're making 1/6 scale figures for it, and I'm like
All in.
trying. I'm trying really hard not to do it, but I
so,
know somehow that I'm gonna break.
So is this like a flash in the pan type of thing, JD? Is it a limited series? Is it old? Is it new? Does it have
It's-
a large cast? What's the deal?
The cast isn't like crazy big, but 3 characters are on pre-order. They have not released anything other than they've done 2 of the characters in their manga version. So the versions that are coming out that are for pre-order at the moment are all based on the anime. Yes, KJ. Wait, 1,000 Toys are putting? Oh my.
Oh, that's it, JD. That's it. That's it. That's the nail of the coffin. You're in.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, 3A is doing the 1/6, and I guess 1,000 Toys.
Oh, there you
Well,
go,
that's it.
JD.
You're totally in. You can't go back now. 1,000 toys at your bag, man.
Fuck, it is. It is.
1,000 Toys makes good shit, man.
Really good shit. I'd be okay if Transformers ended.
Because
mean, if,
they've finished them all, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's another one of those situations. Like, how many times are we going to keep redoing this? But I feel like the path they're on now is, you know, like, I would be content if that's all I had left to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as, I'll say, the mainline stuff, we'll say. And some of the third party, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. So Transformers and Star Wars, because it's taking up a whole lot of time and space. And
Gotcha.
yeah, I like new stuff. New stuff's cool.
Who wants to go next? Matt, you go next.
I'll go next. All of it. I'd be fine. I'd keep it popping if they're like, we're not making toys anymore. I'd obviously be, sad, but I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, that sucks, and I'd keep it popping. Transformers, I could give a shit about. I got pretty much all the Transformers I want. The only thing that would entice me at this point is like certain manufacturers either making a Soundwave, that type of stuff. Like an Ironhide that didn't look like fucking Meatloaf from Fight Club. Yeah, so if they went, I'd be fine. Right, Tom? Doesn't Ironhide got big old titties? What kind of fucking crafty war veteran turns into a fucking minivan? Get the fuck out of here. But I love him. He's one of my favorites. Star Wars, I would be... Prime! They're gonna get our Matrix! Star Wars, I would be okay with. The only thing that I'm really like, the Hellboy shit from Thousand Toys. If I'd like to see them do one character a year, like just do one character from the squad. Like
so you don't want to see that one end.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't really want that I would be like more than mildly irritated about. Just be like, oh.
Well, okay, but you're not really big into collecting a lot of things, so I can see why you're like, yeah, let it all end.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not a completionist. I only buy characters that I like have some sort of kinship with, with either through the lore or whatever. I'm not like that fucking little dumb hovercraft that just came out. You guys are all like crazy about it. I like, okay, neat. Fucking dumbass. There was a dumbass hovercraft that fell in love with a mermaid. Who gives a fuck? Dude's lame.
So Matt, let me change the question up for you then.
Sure.
So the question is lines that you collect. Are there lines that other people collect that you would like to see end? For
fucking
reasons.
Super 7. I wouldn't mind if I woke up tomorrow and it was like, breaking news, Bob. China has launched a low-scale nuclear attack, and it just shows a giant mushroom cloud over fucking Super 7 factory. I'd probably just pull down my pants and just fucking go at it like it owed me money. Fuck those people.
But
Wow.
So you just want them to end because you don't like
they
them.
make garbage, they make trash, and you guys are being led around by the fucking nose, told it's good, and it's boutique. Look at the packaging. Like, get the fuck out of here. You can't even make eyes that are fucking straight. Like, I get it, you fucking want to help out the school for the blind, so you give your fucking figures to blind kids to paint. Neat, like, good on you. Like, that fits my liberal agenda. But fuck them, they make trash. Absolute fucking garbage.
It's really not that bad.
Yes, it
really
is.
not that bad.
It's pretty
You
good.
guys, they put fucking drugs in those packages. You guys open it up and they're like, it's like cat shit. Do you know about toxoplasmosis?
No. Is that
So
what
here
the
we
Bradford
go.
pears
We're getting
when
real
they bloom?
fucking deep up in this bitch. I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat. No, toxoplasmosis is found in cat feces, and what happens is creatures that are around it, most notably mice and rats, they won't see the cat as a threat and have general good feelings about the cat. Then the cat fucking kills their ass. That's what Super 7 is doing to you. They're packaging their doo-doo. There's a virulent nerve agent that is brainwashing you to not see how bad it is. It's fucking trash.
Is it ironic that they're making Thundercats? Cats?
Yeah, no, it isn't. That's all part of their plan. It suits their agenda, Brian.
Oh man,
Makes you second guess and putting your foot in the kitty litter.
Right. I'm serious. That is the thing. Toxoplasmosis. You motherfuckers can Google them shit. That's what's wrong with Dust, you know.
He hangs out with cats.
Yes. Toxoplasmosis. Look it up.
Dom,
Google it.
is there a line that you collect that you wouldn't mind seeing end?
Marvel. I would love for Marvel to take a break.
Marvel
It's just
Legends, really?
Yeah, it's getting crazy. It's like
They're going.
I
But
just
there's
saw
some
like
misses there, Dom.
again. I'm sorry.
There's like some misses there. Like give me a rhino. You know. Like
yeah. There's definitely some old figures that they done, or whether they done them good or great, or there's definitely can come back to that new entry individuals can get those figures in their collection. But it's I think they need to start just calming it down a little bit, because like I think last year they put out a wave every month. Like I think they did 12. That's not even including the exclusives that came out. So it's just to a level of what they're doing, Marvel Legends, it's just ridiculous.
So it's just exhaustion. You're just tired. It's so.
There's
so many.
With all those waves that came out and all the figures that have been pushing out. Granted, like it's becoming to the point where these teams are being fleshed out. Old like these even B C teams are being flushed out, and like older figures that they have done in the past are now becoming like high in demand. So if you didn't play the completionist game, and pick up some of those figures that you thought were not as going to be popular, or maybe they'll never flush out that C team, they're actually doing it. So
now
it's
they
like,
are. Yep.
yeah. So it's like if you're not a completionist on it, you're gonna pay, kick yourself in the ass, but later on, because you're gonna have to pick up those other figures that you didn't pick up that was not as very desirable in the pack before, or in the wave before. So it's just getting crazy, and I know there's Marvel is one of their main, crazy lines that they that holds, some clout too, because it's like, as you can see in the Fan Fest video, that they leave Marvel and Star Wars to the end. So
Yeah.
they know what they're doing.
All right.
So
Anything- What about Mezco, Dom? Anything like that? Or you just want to
see Mezco. The only issue with Mezco is that they if they had a consistent release schedule, I think they would work, because sometimes what happens is their releases end up flowing all in 1 month, and all their pre-orders kind of, they hit us with releases, like 12 releases happening in December, and then like you'll have some months where you won't have any releases for Mezco unless they're doing an exclusive of a Gomez or one of those other exclusive main lines that they have. But the thing is with Mezco is just the releases are not consistent, and they tend to pile up, and they'll hit you with like 4 or 5 figures in 1 month, and that gets kind of costly. It screws up with your cash flow. So, but yeah, Mezco is just like Hot Toys. You're collecting pre-orders. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Well, what do you think
Matt.
about the Marvel Legends? Like I just feel like they need to stop with fucking Wolverine and Deadpool. Like,
yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
Like-
I think
like
so. Yes, especially
But-
Deadpool, and they're doing it now with Iron Man too. So it's like
Right.
you're gonna get those 3 characters like so many times over, and it's just
this last
getting
wave,
ridiculous.
I'm just like, I mean, there's a bear in it. That's the cool thing. Other than that, I'm not sure.
That's
what
the only
hell's
thing
going
I
on.
want from the wave. I don't want
Yeah.
any of those figures.
And that's why I think I think they have a deluxe line, so they should start using that deluxe line and really calm down with like, you know, waves, like, you know, reduce the waves.
Waves.
Yeah, reduce the Build-A-Figure waves. Use your deluxe line and build some of those Build-A-Figures that you want and put them out in a deluxe line, and then just, you know, reduce your fucking Build-A-Figure waves from 12 a year to like 6 a year, and put a little bit more deluxe figures out. But
fuck, even 4 a year, like,
yeah. Don't make up a fucking wave and put shit figures and another fucking Deadpool, or, you know, Deadpool in shower. You know, come on, like, it's like,
it's enough.
It's getting kind of ridiculous. So, but who knows? Like, you know, I'm sure they're gonna ride it out as long as people buy it, and, you know, Star Wars. I will never like Star Wars. I hope they, you know, always continue. I think where you get hurt in Star Wars is that, like, again, JD said, like, they constantly come back to the same characters over and over again.
Well, that's because
It's
they gotta
time.
make them better.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But now they're all the new ones are coming out with the face printing and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like-
there's going to be articulated hands, and we got to do all the figures again with articulated hands, Brian.
well, good news, Dom. You know, I don't understand. The hands come off. You can just pull them off. Like, I don't understand why there's just some company out there just be like, hey, here's a bunch of hands, and here's the peg, unless the peg is patented or some shit like that. Just fucking make a
peg
whole
could
bunch
be-
of fucking hands.
Doing different things.
Yeah, I mean, there's a company out there, they can make hands for the Legends, Marvel Legends, the Black Series, what else is there? Power Rangers, G.I. Joe.
yeah.
I mean, and it's funny, if you guys have these figures and you pull them apart, you can see that they all have different length pegs and shit
Yeah,
like that.
they're all different. There's no
So-
standard.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can't be that hard to make. I think I was talking with Bobby about this like a couple of years ago. I was like, I want to see a HasLab where they put out a set of like 5,000 pairs of hands. That would be a HasLab project. Fucking, I'd do it. I'd be set for life.
accessory
Hands
yeah, like accessory packs and like a hand pack would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, something like, you know, like Classics Motu did, where they did some of those, you know, accessory packs and new head packs and stuff like that. But you know they're not going to do that. That's not where the money is. They have these you know,
It's a HasLab
these
project.
bodies.
They'll take
you
the
know.
money up ahead of time.
And
And then they'll give you hands in the wrong color or missing digits or some shit, and everybody be all pissed off. And,
Yeah.
and then you'd see these sets of hands selling on eBay for quadruple the price because people have got FOMO about hands,
Yeah.
maybe feet, kinds of stuff.
Unfortunately, Transformers. I don't want them to stop. But like Transformers is just like a constant circle where, you know, they're gonna evolve and always remaster a certain, you know, a better way to do Optimus, a better way to do other figures. You know, they if you even see the Chug Wit line, it's just gotten, you know, great out in the last couple of years. You know, where, you know, with now Siege and Kingdom and Earthrise, you know, these figures are looking almost masterpieces, and where what Masterpiece used to look like when they first came out. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think those evolutions will happen in the future, where they're just going to look better and better and better.
Well, I mean,
but
they're following the spirit of what the Masterpiece
Yeah.
line used to be, for sure. They're giving you the G1 designs, and guess what? They've upped the price a little bit, and they're giving you some more engineering to make them more fun and stuff like that.
But they're for kids.
Right. Sure.
well,
Right.
that's the thing. Yeah, I think that's totally out the question. I remember. I think we were watching the Fan Fest thing. I'm like, you know, what kids are watching this right now? Like, you know, they're talking about kids,
Yes.
and they're talking about a kid line for G.I. Joe. I'm like, what kid is watching this? This is not, you're showing a kid line, but there's no kid watching this right now.
Yeah, you're missing the mark.
Those kids were us.
All those
Yeah.
gutter mouth kids in the chat spewing their curses and racial slurs.
I'm sure there was like maybe one or two kids watching with their dad, but the dad was pretty much more interested than the kid. But, you know,
Yeah, like
just
where would a kid be like, "Hey Tommy, let's put down our Pokemon cards and we'll go watch the HasLab, the Hasbro feed." Like,
Oh, Dad, I don't wanna.
Oh man.
What's a Power
just a-
Ranger?
Was
The hell
just
is that?
about to score that hard to get Bulbasaur.
I'll tell you. If you give them a $20 Xbox, like credit card, like one of those credit card, they'd rather take that and instead of a freaking action figure. So
You're 100% right.
Yeah, I don't know. The what was I getting at? So from my list, I would kind of like to see. I think Star Wars come to an end as well. Probably for the same
Wow.
reasons the rest of you have. They've done it all already. It's like there's really.
I mean, they haven't, to be fair. Like, not in Black Series. Like, that would be my only hang up is, like, I want to fucking Bib Fortuna already. Jesus Christ. Like,
Right.
Skiff Guards. You've made all of these characters in the 3 3/4 inch line. You can do them. You can do them, but you're not
upsize
gonna.
the molds
And
added circulation here, there.
yeah, but we're
I
not
don't know.
gonna. So,
It's funny though, like my Black Series, like if I start getting on kind of like a Star Wars kick, I'll whip them out and mess with them while I'm watching whatever the hell it is I'm binging at the time. But then after that, it's like, I've got my core A New Hope set like right there, and that's really all I really care about. I've tried putting the other teams together, and it's like, but it's like I can't be bothered to go back and watch some of the old stuff anymore. So I don't know. Maybe in a little while I'll get back around, but I'm just a little Star Warsed out. Maybe when Mando starts back up, maybe I'll start to kind of get back in there, or Book of Boba, or whatever the heck's coming out next.
Well, I think with this artist line that they're doing, they're headed in that direction where I think hopefully they don't resort to putting Luke or Obi-Wan or Anakin or anybody else in like different outfits and stuff like that, where they actually start doing other characters in those movies, because it's all movie driven from those boxes. So you should be getting extensions into those those movies for those for those characters that they haven't seen yet. So we got Jar Jar Binks. It's a great thing. The world's happy.
yeah.
And the other one is it's another one that I'm a completist on, and that is the Diaclone reboot line.
Oh,
So
Wow, Brian. Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm
Stop the
totally
presses.
complete on it, but I don't mess with it. I last Shelf Gravy, JD, I opened up that big VMAX convoy thing. I got through one tray, and other than that, I was just like, I'm too tired to mess with this right now. It's like you gotta be in a frame of mind, and you gotta have space to
You
kind of
have like 3 days to play with that shit.
And they've done so much stuff, and it's all modular, it all works together. It's like, but now what they're doing is they're starting to put out figures, and they're like combining it with like Super Cyber Squad, Samurai Cyber Squad things, and I'm like, all right, but I've come this far. I feel like Forrest Gump. I might as well just keep going. All right, I'll pre-order that too. Right? Even though I'm starting to lose interest, and now I'm looking to find some kind of formula or something. Be like, okay, I think I can stop now, and consider myself complete, even though it's still going on. But it's like I need to be able to somehow draw this line. Since I was keeping everything in box, when they changed the box style, I came really close right there. I was like, oh now the boxes don't match anymore.
Brian, you saw you're out, but you chose to ignore it.
I know, I had my chance, and I just kept on going.
You blew it!
And I can't. The other one that I collect still is Transformers, but I'm really kind of done. So, but if it ends, I'm gonna be out of a job on Mondays. That's for sure. And it's like,
Let's be honest, though.
I really like the innovation of the stuff that they keep putting out. I think it's good.
But let's be totally honest. With Transformers, you have so many outs. So if you're collecting like Masterpiece, like are we talking a company shuts down or the line is completely gone? You have so many side, like for Black Series, you got what, like three other companies that deal in that scale, you know, to that level. You know, so there's always going to be some kind of transformer that might not be Masterpiece or fucking Legends or Chugs or whatever, you know, but there would always be somebody putting out Transformers.
Yeah. It's just funny. Like, I kind of wonder about some other collectors. I mean, that I know that have kind of completed stuff. You know, people like Dust. I mean, his collection's pretty much done. He's waiting to finish some combiners, you know, things like that. And I think he is. Yeah, I got that Defensor on the way. And you know, other people are waiting for, like, you know, the season 4 stuff to get done and things. But
yeah,
you know, it's like for a long time, like I'm Dama is like you. You know, the stuff just wasn't out, and then once I start completing those shelves, it's like I consider that a thing, and it's like I'm done, and it's like you get a couple shelves complete, and you're like, you know what? I don't think I need to complete any more shelves, or it's you know, it's like that really is a nice exclamation point on the end of that kind of path that you're taking, and so as a result, it's like, yeah, I guess I kind of want to see it done, and but again, it's hard not to. It's hard to want Transformers to stop. It's always cool, but I'm looking forward to maybe getting into I don't know, man. This Chris and his Crashbox stuff, and the Mythic people and their stuff. It's like,
yeah,
I'm just starting to really get into just, you know, I just want to pick up cool looking things, and you know, have a little Toy Story on my shelf. No longer have like, all right, this shelf is my season 1 Autobots. And,
right.
And I think I'll never dismantle that shelf. I just might move it someplace else, because I consider that like a crowning achievement. But it's like now it's like, you know, I got Hera here and some kind of robot chick thing, Marvel Legend. I don't know, but they could be hanging out in the complex up there, chilling.
It doesn't have
telling
you know,
a story. You know,
that's how I've always been. I don't collect lines. I don't, you know, like, I'm not loyal to a line or whatever. I'm loyal to a character. You know what I mean? Like so I don't have that problem where it's like, this is all episode 17 when we learned Lowlight's backstory. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to. I just put up what I like. I build stuff, dick around, and call it good.
Yep. Yeah. So like, I'm looking to maybe, you know, as I'm going through this kind of cathartic exercise of seeing all the stuff that I got, I'm like, oh wow, that's right. I was gonna maybe put these together and, you know, make a scene or something like that. It's like I'm starting to feel that kind of way again, and it's like starting to try to get away from like these canon collections, you know, and get more into creating my own kind of shelf canon type of stuff, where sure, this is a character like, it's easy for me from like Marvel Legends stuff, since I don't know a lot about Marvel except for what the movies have taught me. Same thing with DC, but the problem with DC is Toddy Mack's making them all on the wrong scale, and the people before Toddy Mack made them in the wrong scale, so they can't participate. They can't participate in the shelf canon with everyone else. It's just a shame. But you know, there's tons of cool looking character toys out there that I don't care what their backstory is. I don't care what their real name is, but I think they're neat, and you know, I think that's kind of wanna start just messing around with stuff like that again, and taking the conventional collecting route and just putting it away.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think your methodology in regards to collage, I think what you're feeling, where you're going to have a celebration of whatever figures or action toys, action figures that you were interested in, and then that collage would look cool. Like, no matter what you would put in there, like, it would be like a, I don't want to use the word, but like a whole, you know, series of figures that interest you, and when anyone comes looking at it, you're going to take it in all its glory to what you can see as a person like to collect, and what you enjoy as a collector. So I see that as a great way to collect too.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
and also too, I think like kind of departing these toys from their actual persona. It's kind of like body armor for the media that's out there right now, like meaning armor for you to wear. So no matter what douchebag director decides to take your treasured childhood characters of the past, what road he takes them down or what she takes them down, it's like, nah, you got some insulation from that, because, there's been talk of the guy who did the Godzilla movie doing a Thundercats movie, and people are like, oh, I'm really excited for this. I'm like, you really shouldn't be. You should not be excited for that. I mean, have you seen the recent Turtles movies, Transformers movies, Star Wars movies? Have you seen that stuff? Have you seen
but Brian,
the Starsky and
Brian,
Hutch movie? Have you seen
Brian, have you seen
the
Cats?
Terminator movies?
Have you seen Cats, Brian? I think
No,
they could do. No, you're absolutely right. But just because you should doesn't mean just because you can doesn't mean you should, right?
Right.
Like
right,
I can't take a bath with a toaster. Doesn't
right.
mean I should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some things like a Silverhawks. If they did a live action Silverhawks, I'd be like, who asked for this shit?
And it's funny because I don't know, and they're gonna make it dumb because the people hired to make it, and we're like, oh look, it's some dumb kid show from the past.
Well, at least Brian, you'll enjoy the pitch movie. The pitch video on the Thundercats when it comes out with the movie.
Dude, so those pitch meetings were from the
Who would?
Screenrant
Oh, this
channel.
is a good one. Who would you cast in your live action Thundercats, Brian?
Dude, I have no idea. I don't. All the actors I know are old or dead. I mean, it's like I don't fucking know.
No, you can cast them in their prime, Brian. Let's make this a total exercise.
Matt hasn't watched me enough to know that I suck at questions like this.
Kurt Russell as Lionel.
Ooh, really? Ooh.
I would put him at Tigra as Kurt Russell. I think he'd make a good Tigra.
Maybe.
You want to make
I was just being an idiot.
like an older, not an older,
It doesn't
old.
make
Like
any
I'm,
sense.
yeah, it doesn't make. But it's a good choice.
I want Adam Driver as Panthro. I don't know why.
Wow. I don't know if I can see that.
Yeah, we have to think outside the box here, JD. We
This
are
is
talking
true.
about anamorphic cats that battle an undead mummy and his fucking reptilian buddy, and there's some sort of talking squirrel possum hybrid.
Possum hybrid.
Oh, jeez, they're gonna be all fuzzy. It's gonna be so dumb.
You think we have a problem with furries now? Wait till that shit comes out.
It's like, I don't know, like
Yeesh.
properties like that, there's no one around to really do them justice, I mean, if you think about kind of like the path that Star Wars took, like at least you have, I mean, in the early days, I mean, you had the creator, you had the guy who owned it, the guy who imagined it, keeping it real. I mean, people would say that he's not a good director or whatever the heck it was,
The
but
dialogue. You can't write
at
dialogue.
But at
Right.
least it set a standard. No matter if it was a low standard
Yeah.
or whatever, at least it was fucking consistent. And then like the marvelous job that the MCU has done with just I don't know, treating the property with some respect. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Yeah, with a few outliers here and there, of course, but I think that's just great. I just don't see in today's world people doing that any longer. The only way you'd get that is if you got a single guy writing comic books or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe doing I don't know, some kind of fanfic stuff on YouTube. I don't know, where it's all imagined by the same person, so at least it's consistent.
I think they go too quick to make movies and fucking, all this shit. Like, give me, like, I like 40K, I like the lore, it's like fucking dork miniature game. Like, and they talk about making a movie and who would you cast and this and that. I'm like, just give me a quality drawn anime. I would prefer that.
Yeah, I would.
Like,
too.
and I would like, much as I shit on Thundercats, if you're gonna do that, make a quality one like they had. What was that? 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah,
They did like 2 seasons. Like keeping that genre. Like don't fucking, you don't need fucking Idris Elba as Panthro. You know what I mean? Like just stop.
Yeah, and I've come to respect some anime because I don't know. I think I was listening to the last Nerd Rage, and they were talking about how, anime is a medium, not a genre type of thing. Where like 80s cartoons are a genre, right? But like anime, it's the stuff's drawn as opposed to acted out in real life. That's the difference. Like if you watch really good animes, like you can see the passion that these artists put into the characters when they draw their facial expressions and how the voice actors do the proper inflections on the voice and how they'll align those facial expressions to those inflections. Like some of that stuff's like really kind of really powerful and really good.
And I think from that, the Thundercat show that Matt was talking about, like they did that feel where you got in depth to characters and their dilemma that they're going through, character builds that were some surprising information that you would get from going into individuals' pasts, and they did all that. Like they did it through the cartoon, and they also had they did also have the little hints of Kitty, to keep the kids' humor alive and everything like that. But they did definitely drive into some of those adult theme dramas that keep viewers like us, even like the fact that we don't have to have a live action, where you can, if you keep those adult themes in there as an animated cartoon, it could be enjoyable, very enjoyable. Avatar is one of those I feel is most successful in doing that, because that show alone was something that my nieces brought me into, and I was like, is this a kid's show? Like, and it dives.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it really dives deep into a lot of that drama that the characters were going through and facing, and responsibilities that you wouldn't typically that you would see in a cartoon, and it really brought things together like that. And it also had these cool action fight sequences with the elements and shit, and it was just a really all around good anime movie that I wouldn't really care if they did a live action. Like, just give me some more of that shit, and I'd be good to go.
Give me that vibe. Give me that feeling. Like,
good news.
They are, and I know JD.
Yeah, they're
Paramount's
doing a
killing it
whole
with that,
studio for live action and cartoons and you name it.
Which is great, because this is what all these streaming services are doing, because they're trying to latch on to these successful shows. And one of those, that show in particular, is very successful. Legend of Korra was very successful. So they definitely have something good going there. And I think if they go more into the lore and history, or flash forward to the future, I think just enjoying that type of storytelling would be very successful there for them, and keep people who fell in love with wherever they came on board, whether it was Aang or whether it was Korra, or and new people to come, and they could always go back and watch. I think Netflix said, like, the most popular anime that came out or they've been viewing is The Last Avatar, and that show has been out for the last 10 years ago. So it's like,
yeah, I've heard good things about Legend of Korra. You know what? Yeah. I'm almost done this DC animated movie run. I'm watching on HBO Max, so I think when that's done, I'm finally gonna buckle down and watch that, because I've heard really good things.
Yeah, it goes into, like I said, you're watching, you're like, this is a kid's show. You don't believe it is a kid's show.
You should watch Dorohedoro though.
Dorohedoro.
Yeah.
What is that? What's like the basis of that, JD? Is it like mechs?
It's ridiculous. It's
ridiculous.
So like the city is called The Hole, and it's just filled with humans, right? Regular humans, and then there's like this other world where the sorcerers live, and it's people that can use magic, but magic is like this black powder, like black smoke sort of thing. And the main character has amnesia, and the sorcerers make their way into the hole, the regular people's Earth or whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
and they experiment on people. So he's trying to find a sorcerer that turned his head into a lizard. And every sorcerer he comes across, he bites their head. So then there's this whole sequence of them inside his mouth, and a guy comes out of his throat, and then he pulls him out, and he's like, "What did the guy inside tell you?" And it's like, "You're not the one," and then he just kills him. But it's hilarious. The characters are so awesome.
Yeah, I think we're finally getting past the stage of people who think that animated stuff is solely for kids, and the same thing.
This isn't for
Same thing
kids.
same thing with video games. Like.
Oh yeah. I think that like The Last of Us and a lot of storytelling that's being told in video games that are more adult oriented. And,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
think,
I would say that's something that's been going on for a many years now. Is like like games like Mass Effect when that first came out, that was a whole new like even Knights of the Old Republic when games like that came out. Of course that's the same company, but just the storytelling aspect, and I've heard it said in that industry as well, like this is the new movie, like you can choose your own adventure sort of thing, and they got big names in it to voice the main characters and all that kind of stuff. So the talent is definitely there.
Right. I just don't think you're stuck in that. To be successful, you have to make it has to be a movie. Like you don't have to put a property and be like, oh, well, this movie is going to drive this collection or whatever. It can be a video game. It can be, an animated thing, even like a TV show like Disney is doing with a lot of their Star Wars and MCU stuff. Like there's so many options other than just making a shitty ass movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the combination of COVID and people unable to go to movies and all these streaming services, I think movies are going to be not as pinnacle of where we used to like, oh, you're in the movie, it's a movie now, like it's not really going to make any have that line,
that flair.
Like that flair that we always had in the past, where the TV series are going to be as good as movies, and it actually probably more preferable because you get longer character builds, you get better storytelling, and you don't have to keep it to a 3 hour or a 2.5 hour interval.
Yep.
So
you can tell a larger story in a series of smaller episodic.
Right.
Because I think that's where these movies fail now. As big as these, as our demands for better characters and better storytelling, movies just can't produce that. Movies can't do that.
There's too much to tell, or they're trying to cram too much in a movie.
And companies really don't want to invest in movies that are going to be 3 movies or 4, 6 movies, to tell that story.
Right.
They just don't want to say, okay, I'm going to put all this money into it, but at the end of the day, the first movie can crash or suck, and you're not going to invest in the next one because people need to, and it's a lot of time that happens with like TV shows where you watch the first 4 episodes and you're like, oh god, this sucks, but then like eventually when you get to the 5th, 6th, 7th, or the second season, it gets better because the story starts developing and things are starting to fall out, and it starts just getting good.
Yeah, you got to have that groundwork stuff. No, I totally agree. I think the only things you're going to see as far as movies are like quick bit, like I'm telling this story, it goes from A to B, and it is what it is, and you're not gonna, especially like like things that with an already with like a pre-established lore, so like Transformers, stuff like that. Star Wars, like it's why are you going to make a movie when you can do a television show and actually convey what you want to convey?
Yep.
I totally agree.
I think what they're going to start using movies for is teasers, like testers. Like, you know, we're going to make this movie about this story, and we're going to put it out and see whether it like sparks interest, like Pacific Rim. Like, you know, I'm going to make this movie. Let's see if it gets a following or people enjoy it, and if it does, we may want to change it into a TV series. You know what I'm saying? And start investing a little bit more and hashing out some characters and making a longer storytelling and stuff like that. Where back in the day it was like the adverse, where TV series or get good, and then all of a sudden they like, it's time to make a movie. You know, like, and it's going to be the other way around, I think, in the future. But
I think you're right. I can think of the X-Files. When the X-Files movies came out, everybody's like, they're gonna answer some shit, like shit that's been going on since season 1. They never answered a goddamn thing.
They sure didn't.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about, like, if we're thinking about things that should end, like maybe put an end to this like trilogy bullshit? You know, it's like, why do cinematic stories have to happen in threes? You know, just put out one shots, man, and just, you know, one just bleeds into the next.
Well, I think
that
whole trilogy thing was just because that, you know, they're trying to tell a specific story, and it was like, you know, there wasn't the option. There wasn't the option of you know, making a series out of it. You know,
right? But I just feel like you really need to balance the content in that regard, because you got to think to yourself, look, we only have three outings for this.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you think about the prequel trilogy, it's like, you know, by the time Revenge of the Sith comes, like, I remember leading up to this, I was like, you know what, a lot has to happen in this movie. You know, there's a lot of story to tell, considering where we know it's gonna end up and end off at, and things like that. And then of course, you know, the last trilogy, which, you know, basically had its issues because of all the different creative minds that were involved, as opposed to one single vision. I'm trying to think of any other kind of trilogies I mean, you look at the Nolan trilogy. I mean, that one was actually pretty good, because that was well thought out. Like, you know,
like,
and so
like I think like Lord of the Rings is another one. Like, I think Lord of the Rings, that's a good argument to where, like, would a movie, like the way they did it, would it benefit? Did it benefit itself? Because, you know, there's a lot to tell in Lord of the Rings, and if they had a TV series, would it be, you know, would it hurt it because of the long stories, all the stuff that they would probably get into it, where, you know, as a movie, they had to keep themselves restricted and not tell everything that's in the fucking book. So they had to keep it as restricted as possible. But doing that really pushed out all three great movies. And you know, and I think they, you know, at the end, you know, at what that particular time, you know, I think,
almost did it.
You know,
did you hear that?
was trying to do it.
I really enjoyed it as the trilogy that it is, but like, it'd be funny to see whether, if that came out on a TV series, would it be as good as what the three movies that we got from it? So,
probably not, because you probably have 3 hours of fucking Tom Bombadil kicking around.
Yeah,
that's what
so
I'm
Lowell
saying.
says
That's
Lord of the Rings should have been 4 or 5. You know, from what I understand, I mean, I never read the books, but there was a lot that they had to cut. But from
there's a lot.
But could you imagine Lord of the Rings being on an epic run like Game of Thrones of what, like 6-7 seasons or something like that? That would be nuts.
I think you could hit all the points in 3 season, 10 episode seasons.
Yeah, I think so too. But like, that would be like their balance in trying to keep a series of 10 episodes exciting throughout the season and touch the high points, and also, you know, fill it in with some fillers that you necessarily won't be able to do in a movie, but make those fillers, enjoyable, so you don't lose your audience, because you could definitely lose them in the long run.
Yeah, but with all those characters, I mean, they could all they're all interesting, but they could all be so much more interesting if they just got more time. It's kind of cool. One of the things, I mean, I think the Lord of the Rings movies are really good. I think it's a really good trilogy, but one of the things that gets lost in that, which also, if I kind of think about it like the original Star Wars trilogy, is the passing of time. Like,
yes,
I've watched some in-depth YouTube videos, and it's like when Gandalf tells Frodo to hide the ring, and then when he comes back, he's like, that was really like 8 months later. It wasn't.
Yes.
There's something
Yeah, it
like
wasn't.
that.
Was it 2
Or
seconds?
years later or something? Yeah. And it's like, whenever I watch those movies, I always pull up a map of Middle Earth, and I'm like, all right, here's where they're at now, and I just kind of like imagine, I'm like, they're trying to cross a mountain. I'm like, there's no scale on the map to say how many miles it is, but I'm like, dude, that's gonna take them like 3 months. That's a 3-month journey right there,
Right.
and it just kind of happens like in 5 minutes, kind of stuff. So there's a lot of interesting stuff.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I'm okay watching the extended where they do have they have some of the content that they cut out. You know what I mean? So you get those little head nods here, but there's a lot. There's a lot more that could have been put in there.
Oh yeah.
Tom Bombadil.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking around.
But I think I agree with Brian with regards to time, and also like relationship between time and characters. Like, during Lord of the Rings, you had 2 paths going on, and how you kind of figure, like, when is this happening at the same time as this is happening with these other characters? Are they happening in the same time frame, or are they a little bit separate apart? Like, you can never get that from Lord of the Rings, because and the books were like, I know that was one of their major challenges when compiling the books into 3 movies. So it was like, where's the time relationship between the 2 paths that these other characters are taking? So but like I said, it would be interesting to see. Like, I'm sure that eventually, as we get older and we're like 90 years old, they're gonna they might just do a TV series of Lord of the Rings, and
I thought they were talking. Yeah, I thought they were talking about.
Yeah, isn't there? It's like a no. Yes, no, on Amazon.
Yeah.
Something on Amazon, right?
I want to say it's like before it's gonna document like the whole war of the rings, when the rings are created, and blah blah blah.
Like,
so
I
that
know
first war with Sauron.
Yeah. And then I know in The Hobbit too, the end of The Hobbit and the 5 armies, the father told Legolas, go to the north and find, Strider, and he calls himself Strider. And you can have a whole series of just like, Legolas and Strider,
like
and
fucking around,
their whole adventures, and and how he becomes, and all the wars that he goes in with, because you talk to the characters, and like even the Rohan King said, like, I used to fight, I battled with him back, in such,
my grandfather
when I was a kid,
fought.
Yeah. And they can show that shit with Legolas and everything, and see that history pan out.
Would you want that? Like, I don't. As much as I love the real world stuff, like, I'm so attached to the actors in those characters. Like, maybe it's just suspension of disbelief. It's like, fuck it, we got some new people to play these people, but the thing is, it's like you almost want them to have the same mannerisms and the same way they act the role, kind of like Superman Returns. That guy who played Superman did a lot of nod to Christopher Reeves when he did that movie, and. So, like, I would almost want that to be an anime, almost like this Legolas and Strider story. Just I think it would be more digestible, perhaps.
Well, even for budgetary reasons, I'm more inclined for a lot of stuff to be anime over live action.
Right.
Because if I get more, like, you don't have to hit such a high watch mark if the product costs less. You know what I mean? So if you're like, okay, I'm making Mandalorian and it's $1 million an episode, you know, if we start dropping viewership, well, we're kind of fucked, you know. But if you have an animated thing that maybe costs 70 grand to make an episode, you can have less people like watching it. So then you don't have to pander. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do the Legolas Strider show and have a little fucking green baby goblin that they cart around.
Yeah. And I think Disney is getting on board with all this, because they're not just pushing out like live action stuff. They're doing some anime. They're testing the other medias, and I think once anime gets, I'm not saying there's tons of successful stories in regards to anime. I think if it becomes more in the forefront, I think companies are going to take a chance and just do it with anime and say, you know what, let's put out a good story, build some characters, put a TV series out together, and see if we can get a following. Because once that following develops, you got season 2, season 3, season 4, and you're printing money.
Yep.
And your viewership is and like you said, your viewership is going to go up to a Mandalorian level, and you're only spending $70,000 to produce it. And isn't that like the Moneyball way of thinking about things, So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, so what should I invest in? Not Super 7. That's the fire fake of the day.
Tell me why we want him on. Tell me why we want him on his team. Because he gets base hits. He gets base percentage is high.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What analogy are you making, Dom?
Moneyball with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill.
But what are you relating that to just now?
Just trying to movie production companies using anime, saying I'm only going to spend $70,000 to develop a followership, and then at season 3, then you're getting your viewership up to Mandalorian levels, and not spending $1 million on an episode. You're only spending $70,000 on an episode.
He gets on base. I want him on my team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Playing. Gets on base. Yeah, for sure. One of the things I do like about this Mandalorian live action show and some of the other stuff that, I don't know, maybe the pandemic has made, I don't know, you see a need, you fill a need, right? It's like people can't go to the movies and congregate, let's make something for them to watch at home.
Right.
I mean, they're finding cost-effective ways of making high-quality, like, blockbuster content for your small screen, kind of stuff like that. What do they call it? The medium? No, the vacuum? The volume. It's called the volume, where they film that thing in with using the gaming technology. So as they move the camera, the whole backgrounds and things move. So you don't have to worry about filming at a certain time of day and all that stuff. You can just it's that really pushes the envelope as to the technology.
That's also part of Jon Favreau being an innovator as well.
Right.
So that was something he started doing, I believe.
Yeah, with Tarzan, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Right. Or not Tarzan.
Jungle Book.
I want to be like you. Yeah.
Jungle Book.
So yeah, I mean that's really kind of neat. I don't know. I am excited for the Black Widow movie, though. I'm anxious to.
I want to see what it's about, man. I just it doesn't make sense with the timeline. We all know why do I want to just see the bearded guy and the fucking bear creature?
Yeah, dude, I just want entertain me. I just want to go to my movie theater and get their outstanding chicken fingers and fucking watch a movie.
I'm with you, Brian.
I want to hear it. I want to hear I've been watching TV in this room on these monitors for an entire year. I haven't even turned my TV on downstairs. I come in here, I work, I realm, and I watch TV. I spend a lot of time in this room.
Right.
And it's I want to I want a reason to leave this house, go watch something on a big screen with big loud noises and oh shit moments and stuff like that. Like I
And
just
just
that's what I
just
want.
forget about outside for
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. I'm definitely with you. And these
So-
motherfuckers who are like, oh, well, I can stay home and I have better sound quality than the rah, rah, rah. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. You didn't get a better sound system from fucking Wish, motherfucker. Man, you don't even have 2 nickels to rub together and you're telling me you got a movie theater experience at the house. Fuck off. Fuck off.
That's right.
That's right.
Unless you hire someone to come in and kick the back of your seat, you shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not shaking the neighborhood.
No, I miss that most of all, man. Like going out to eat, whatever. I'm fine. I don't interacting with other human beings. Like I don't need that either. But just give me a movie theater, like a fucking bag of popcorn with so much of that cancer grease that the bag is fucking see through. You know, a Diet Coke and my fucking Swedish fish, and just don't fuck with me for 2.5 hours or whatever it is. I just want to be immersed and lost in this whatever I'm watching.
Yeah.
And you don't get that at home. I don't.
No, yeah, you definitely
You
don't. No.
I fall asleep.
I think that's what like it's keeping movies alive, because that experience is, it's embedded in all of us. So it's, I feel like, once if our youth loses it, then movies will go away. But like it's all about the experience. It's all about buying that ridiculous expensive fucking popcorn. Give me that goddamn tub of soda, and let me crawl up in my hole, that chair of mine, and just drown, and get lost in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bit of an introvert too, and interacting with people sometimes sucks. But I mean, I like both movie experiences. I'll choose a really late showing so that I know I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sit there and there's no one gonna be around me, and I'm gonna feel like I'm in my own kind of theater type of thing. But then there's just sometimes, man, like those like that Infinity War type stuff. Like I remember going to the theater. I'm gonna sit down right here in the smack of a bunch of fucking strangers, and we're gonna laugh and fucking high five each other and fucking have a good time. And and it's just like, and then when it's over, it's like, all right, dude, I don't know your name, I'll never see you again, but that was fucking fun. You have a good night,
Yeah.
And shit.
And I hear a 7-year-old in the corner going, "Is he dead? Did he die? Mom, Iron Man died."
Can't kill Captain America.
All right, guys. Wow, look at that, Jose. We did it. 90 minutes. He's so proud of us. I hope he's watching.
He's like, oh, what the fuck did I do?
All right. So
Mama said knock you out.
that was a good time, fellas.
Absolutely.
Matt, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. No, thank you. You guys, I love you guys' show, and I can get an opportunity to listen, and you guys do a great job, and I'm happy to fill in. Happy to fill in.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so with that, we are out of here. Let's go around and say our things. Dom, where can they find you and all that good stuff?
You can find me in the Facebook groups, Dominic Grosso, and here Tuesday nights with you guys. Have fun. I don't think we're doing. Is a shelf gravy tomorrow night? Because I know they did figure banging last week with the monstrositous Unicron that.
What was that?
I think
What
Ace
was the adjective you
What
used?
was
the monstrositous? I was trying to make something. I was trying to make a word up. Fine. Put it print Webster. Put it in the book. But
Monstrositous.
I think
Monstrositous.
I think I'll be chilling this week, trying to find some turtles. So hopefully Friday hopefully Friday, NECA puts it as pre-order, so I don't have to drive around the whole New Jersey trying to find the fucking thing.
I found a Mega Bloks turtle van still sealed this weekend.
Really?
All right, JD, how about you?
You can find me here every Tuesday. Find me Wednesday on Figure Banging. Tomorrow night will be an all new Shelf Gravy. Jesus. So three of the four of us will hopefully be attending.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He said,
Yeah. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you questioned my 3. It's like 3. Anyway.
No, your mathematics were spot on, sir.
I can count. I know my readings and writings, my addings and contractions.
Mm.
Yeah, JD Brochus in the Facebook groups. Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. So we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Heck yeah.
How about Matt? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook as Matt Hurd if you so desire. I supposedly have an Instagram. I don't know what it's called. If you find it, neat.
I found it.
You did?
Yeah. You changed the
Oh.
name on it. Because I was like,
Did I?
Yeah, I was like, why does this guy keep showing up? And why is he liking the same things I'm liking? And then
Who
I
is
clicked
this?
on it, and I was like, that's who it is.
Ah.
I found it.
So I'm also on a podcast with the Dust Father called One Too Many Podcast. That's bi-weekly. That's not a live show. You can find it on wherever you get your podcasts, except for fucking Stitcher because they're trash. And I will be on Shelf Gravy tomorrow with the charming Brian Brink and the luscious JD tomorrow.
Oh,
Right.
sweetheart.
Luscious.
Luscious.
Luscious. Juicy.
And for myself, I'm at Brinklaiser on Instagram, and of course, yeah, tune in to Monday nights, Enter the Realm here for Tuesday for Breaking the Molds, and as we mentioned, Shelf Gravy tomorrow and Figure Bangin'. Be sure to check out our other Realm and Realm adjacent friends. As Matt mentioned, the One Too Many podcast by Dust Mites. We have Verbally Challenged, which I guess drops every Monday now, from Mr. Hurricane BX. And then we have our Thursday contingent of the Nerds Have Spoken and the lovely ladies of the Total Package podcast. And Friday, of course, the Nerd Life Syndicate, who is not going live on Fridays due to internet challenges, which are of no fault of anyone's on the show. It is the pandemic is overwhelming the nodes or some shit like that. So until the cable provider figures that stuff out, they are going to be pre-recording on Friday and then dropping over the weekend. So that's why you don't see them live on Fridays anymore. Am I missing anybody? I think that's it.
I think that's all of them.
I think I got everyone. All right. So with that concludes today's Tuesday Night Delight. Sans those on assignment, and hopefully they'll be back soon, which is good. Everybody's
Come back to us, Dave. Come back.
Say it with me now. Round.